Magic Spoon is probably one of the most recognizable e-commerce stores on the planet. And in this video, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk through their entire buying experience from beginning to end, and I'm gonna rate them on three things: their shopping experience, their checkout experience, and finally, the product experience. And I'm gonna rate them on a scale of 1 to 10. And at the end of the video, we're even gonna give you our website grading scale document, absolutely free, to help you with your website and optimizing each one of those areas of your business. You're not gonna wanna miss this. So right out of the gates on the homepage here, a couple things are going on that I really like. Number one is the product is very easy to understand what it is. So if I look at the featured image here, which is all of this right above the fold, we see the boxes of cereal, we see the bowls of cereal, we see the coffee that kind of accents it, it's representing morning. The imagery right out of the gates is very precise and very clear on what it is. Next, if I kind of move to the navigation, this is very simplified. We have this About Us, which does a drop down to us versus them, and then our story. And then Shop Now, cereal, treats, and bundles. Very simple with only the stuff that they actually need to do. And I love how they don't have those things like, hey, FAQs and contact us and our blog and all of these other things that they probably just threw at the very bottom in what we call the junk drawer, which is the footer of the website, because if people need them, they know it's in the junk drawer, they're gonna go find it. The other thing that's going on really great here is we have two calls to action, and they are above the fold. I can't emphasize enough, above the fold is so crucial. We've learned that about 50% of people do not scroll at all. So whether they're on mobile or whether they're on desktop, they do not scroll. So it's important in those moments that we have the featured image very clearly above the fold, the branding with it, we have a solid headline that has great clarity in it, and we know how to take action. And in this case, we have two options. We have Shop Cereal and we have Shop Treats. Very clear. Now the headline. If I look at the headline, childhood classics, grown-up ingredients. We like to measure things on a scale of clever and clarity. I would say this is definitely on the clever side, less on the clarity side, because if you think of this, childhood classics, that could be anything. Grown-up ingredients, okay, that could kind of be anything. But the thing that kind of brings it back to actually have the clarity is that the call to action isn't Shop Now. It's Shop Cereal or Shop Treats. So while yes, I have the image to clearly show me that it is cereal here, they emphasize with greater clarity through just literally the call to action. So if I'm looking at this above the fold, this is a really strong above the fold homepage experience. Now the final thing above the fold that I really like that's going on here is this is cycling, but it cycles some offers. So free Magic Strewn with $65+ order. And then it cycles free cinnamon roll box with $50+ order. So while it clearly it doesn't look like they have a free shipping threshold, I prefer to clarify that if there is one. But if there's not, which I'm gathering they may not have one, then they're focusing it around an offer, which is actually really wise to do, because that's also gonna help increase your average order value. One interesting thing to note is that I do see on the left-hand side here, we have like a get $5 off, which is wonderful for a first purchase offer, but this did not pop up for me when I came on this site. So I don't know if this is a pop-up or not. I would make this a pop-up to where it delays it for about 10 to 15 seconds and then pops up. But having an entry point offer like this is definitely gonna increase your conversion rate. The only downside here is we're asking for a decent amount of stuff. So for example, we're asking for their birthday. That's a pretty heavy ask right out of the gates. I'm gonna bet the conversion rate on this isn't super stellar, because the more fields we request, the lower the conversion rate usually goes. So here we have, what is your birthday? Okay, let us know if you follow a particular diet. This is pretty smart. It's giving you more information about your customers. Again, more information means you're gonna get less conversion on it. So depending on what the goal is, maybe this is like trying to study and understand the ideal customer here. So if it was up to me, I would just ask for the email address, and then I would ask those other questions on the second step of the pop-up in exchange for goodwill, or just in exchange for some higher degree of incentive, because we're definitely gonna be losing out on the front end if we ask this many questions and some personal stuff like your birthday right out of the gates. Scrolling down a little bit here, I really like this. Find your flavor. Variety, fruity, peanut butter, cocoa. So this is actually calling out the flavors right away. that people are able to say, hey, I love peanut butter, or I love blueberry muffin, or maple waffle sounds amazing. I like that when I scroll because I see all the cereal, but the question in my mind is, do they have the kind for me? Do they have the kind that I would like? And they're addressing that very, very quickly with imagery and the text here. We have a little bit of proof here. We have a little bit of animation happening with the cereal spinning. I think that that's actually really brilliant because it definitely keeps your attention to keep you scrolling down. I think that's really brilliant here. Now, this is a great call out section here. So if you understand what your customers' pain points are or what their desires are, calling attention to the most common ones that you know resonate is going to actually make it very readable and relatable. So right here on the left-hand side, I see high protein, keto friendly, sweet and delicious. So great job on this. I really enjoy that. A whole new world of flavor, this section coming down here. Then we have some testimonials in here. I would say what I would add to this, I like calling attention, and we have the photos of these three ladies here, and then we have the quotes and their names. I would also be leaning into the actual reviews where you could see, hey, this is rated a 4 point, we have an average 4.9 stars out of 3,475 reviews, and then I can actually click and then see all of the reviews. That's the only thing I would probably add to this section. Looking at the structure of the homepage, I think it's laid out very well. It's not too long. I know some websites can be very, very long. They've consolidated to the most important things. We have the treat product, we have the cereal product, here are the unique selling points, here's some proof, here's some testimonials, right? They just get right to the point. The only thing, in my opinion, I would shift here is the emphasis on the new year, like the new treats right up top, because, and I guess it depends on what the goal is, right? Are we trying to push the cereal or are we trying to push the treats? Are we driving traffic here as an evergreen funnel? And if so, it might be better to focus on what the focus of those ads is. Like if it's cereal, then I'd probably take this high protein, keto friendly, sweet and delicious, like these beneficial call outs, and I would bump that and swap it with where the new treats are, just have more of an emphasis on the cereal. But besides that, this is a fantastic page. Okay, so I'm feeling particularly hungry for cereal. Let's go ahead and let's shop cereal. Let's see what this experience looks like here. Right out of the gates, above the fold, we have all the most important things here we have the different variations. So we have the 4-pack, the 6-pack, looks like we have a build your own, all new treats, try, and then it looks like that actually moves you to the all treats section there. Okay, that's okay, but it kind of takes you away from it. It would have almost been better to like have that separated out because it almost feels like you could check mark it and add it there. I don't think I'm a huge fan of that. The flavor packs, fruity. Let me click on peanut butter here. I just kind of want to see what happens. So when I click on these, it looks like it changes the background of it, which is really nice. So that way you can actually see the individuals, and then you see the variety pack here. So the shifting of the product imagery is fantastic. So love the variety or the variations that we have over here. We have the reviews above the fold. They are clickable. Great, I could click on those. From a review standpoint, it looks like, there's 42,000 reviews here. This is the kind of stuff that if we could aggregate these reviews onto the homepage, that creates so much proof right out of the gates. This is what I'm talking about. I'm gonna consolidate these and move these reviews definitely to the homepage. And then we have this little section here that gives a description, but not in a really, really large description. Sometimes it's easy to say, hey, here's the name of the product, here's the price, here are the reviews, and by the way, here is a novel that you have to read on what this product is. It's too much. They've consolidated this to, it looks like only 2 sentences here, which is our recommendation. 1 to 2 sentences for the product description. If you want a deeper product description, we recommend usually tucking that away inside a product tab or the specifications somewhere else. So they did a great job here. Try our most popular flavors: fruity, frosted, cocoa, and peanut butter. Those sound fantastic. They have the one-time purchase as the pre-selected option, but they are offering a subscribe and save, which is great. So if you have a product that is a subscription-based product, a lot of people want to try something before they subscribe to something, but you can still offer that option because there will be a mathematical percentage of people that still take it. So I think they did a great job with this. I'm just gonna select it and see what it looks like. Yep, looks like it just crosses out the price there. So there, boom, it saves almost $10 by literally subscribing. So one thing that's kind of interesting to me here is you can't get less than 4 boxes. So if I click on the different flavor packs here, it only allows you to get 4 boxes, even if you go to a single flavor pack like fruity or peanut butter. It only allows you to get 4 boxes. I'm sure there's a reason for that. It's probably because, hey, we get to put this in, it fits perfectly inside this box here. But if I'm looking at this as a consumer, I'm doing quick math here. I'm paying $40 for 4 boxes, not including if there's shipping. That's $10 for a box of cereal. This better be some really good peanut butter cereal if I'm gonna spend $40 for 4 boxes of it. Which, speaking of, if you wanna see us do a taste test of all of these cereals and see what we think on each one of them, then you can go ahead and click the video right here and check that out. But as I'm looking at these, one thing that we've learned, especially with products that you taste or you smell, is that you need people to visually taste or smell them like through the screen. And what's kind of interesting that I see here is it doesn't seem like, if this was peanut butter, I would expect there to be maybe a tub of peanut butter. If this was like fruity, I would maybe expect some different fruits to be around it so it could kind of focus so that I can like taste what fruity actually is like. Like, is this strawberry fruity? Is this blueberry fruity? What is the fruity in here? Coming on down though, we have the spoon that's spinning. That definitely keeps my attention. They're really great on this animation. It kind of keeps you scrolling and intrigued. We're calling out all the main things: gluten-free, grain-free, natural flavors, 0 grams of sugar, keto-friendly, high protein. Love that. It shows the cereal in here with some milk. All right, ingredients, milk protein blend, and then they even have even further details of the ingredients. That's kind of unique. I don't know if I've seen that before, where you just hover over that. I really, really do like that. We have the nutritional panel here. And then how do we stack up to the classics? Ooh, this is very good here, because if we're trying to demonstrate and say, hey, whatever happened to classic cereal? We all grew up, but these are grown-up ingredients. What does that look like in practicality, not just words? And it actually shows here. Fruit Loops versus Magic Spoon. Protein, net carbs, sugar, serving size, grain-free, gluten-free. That's fantastic. Comparison is really good, especially if something that you pride yourself in is how you are different than a lot of the big guys or the other people out there and the other brands and types of products out there that are very similar. Then we have a closing here, it looks like, of reviews. Fantastic, very simple. That's usually what we're gonna do. And then we end with FAQs. Final thing I would say about this page is that you'll notice it's very graphic and animation heavy, and it's not text heavy. We don't have these long novels and books. It's more visual with everything. From the comparisons to the ingredients, everything is very simple. In fact, they were really smart on the ingredients by making it so that way you don't have, it says milk protein blend, you hover over it and then you get to see the text. So they've definitely made this to be skimmable for the average person that isn't here to read a book. They're just here to say, hey, does this check the boxes of the potential objections or questions that I might have? And if I wanna know deeper, then I can go to the FAQs, or I can just hover over things to find what I'm looking for. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna buy a 6-pack. If this is all of them, I wanna try all of them and see what we really like here. So let's kind of see what this add to cart experience is like. Interesting. So as soon as I selected one-time purchase and I added this to my cart, it immediately is pushing me to make it a subscription and save. I don't know if I've seen this before in the way that this is done here. This is very in your face. All those objections somebody would have, they're addressing. That's really creative here. I really enjoy this pop-up. I'm sure they get a decent amount of people that actually swap here. I'm gonna hit no thanks here. And looks like it added, because of course I hit the free box, it's over $50, so it looks like I hit the cinnamon, the free box of cinnamon here. Free gift unlocked, that's great. It auto-applied it. That's another thing. If you wanna do a free gift at a certain threshold, or you're doing a certain price point that allows you to get like a free gift with that, it's really important to make it as easy as possible for people to remove that friction. So if you're using like a code, that adds friction. For them, they just said, if you spend $50, you get this. It automatically added it, and it said free gift unlocked. So it made it really, really simple to do that. Now, another good thing that's going on here is that we have what's called a pop-out cart drawer. So this right here that just popped out on my screen is a pop-out cart drawer. There are two ways to do this. You can send people straight to a cart where I hit add to cart and then it sends me to a totally different page. Or you can do a pop-out cart chore, which is what this is. Now, I'm a huge fan of these. And the reason I'm a fan of these is because we generally see it increase average order value. It increases average order value because it allows people to keep shopping if they want. When you force them down the funnel to the actual cart page, what happens is people get there and then they just keep going and they don't add anything else to their cart. So this instead popped out, and on top of that it said, hey, add $11 to unlock a free magic strewn. What the heck is a magic strewn is what's going on in my mind. So I want a magic strewn. We gotta spend 11 bucks to get this. And what do you know? We have recommended additional products down here. Obviously I don't need to buy this set because I will get that for free. I'm gonna go ahead and add in some cereal treats here. We've unlocked a free magic strewn, whatever the heck. It looks like a spoon to me. I don't know. Probably a spoon, but magical. That's what it kind of sounds like. Now that I see the final total here, what's kind of cool to think about is that when I first added the variety pack to my cart, my average order value was $54. But now it's sitting at $69. And in the usage of that free gift with purchase, and they had two-tiered thresholds. They had a $50, and then they knew $11 is that right amount to get me to move to the next threshold. And by the way, the offers that we all had were 15 bucks, so it will push you over that threshold, thus giving you the magic strewn. And I almost kind of felt like a little degree of like, hey, they gave me something for free. Might as well throw this on and try some additional treats because now I don't have to pay the $9.75 for that cinnamon roll box that I got for free. Just thinking through some of the interesting psychological things that begin to go on here. So we're kind of to the end of the shopping experience. I'm gonna go ahead and rate this. I'm gonna give this an 8 out of 10. There were a few things I would have done differently. I would have rearranged a few things on the homepage. I would have maybe tweaked the pop-up just a little bit, maybe centralized reviews a little bit more. But overall, I really, really enjoyed this experience. The branding was on point, just really stellar branding. On the homepage and the product page, everything's just really above the fold, and I really enjoyed the pop-out cart drawer that really allowed me to move to that next tier, to kind of push me to get the free magic strewn with adding the $15 for the cereal additional new treats that they do have. So now we're in the checkout phase here. Let's go ahead and see. This is a pretty simple process. Let's see what this is like. Okay, and looks like I'm paying for shipping here. Pitney Bowes. I have no idea what that is. Yeah, this is kind of interesting. So it doesn't show me, it doesn't give me any additional shipping options. Like if I want to get it faster, that's a way, by the way, that we'll use to increase average order value if we really want to. So you might offer free shipping as a threshold, but go the slower shipping option and then offer more express shipping at a more premium option just to kind of increase the amount of profit you can pull from the shipping and just help liquidate some of that cost. In here, I am a little bit disappointed, I would say, that I'm paying $5.99 for shipping when I'm paying $70 for all of this product. We're fans of having a free shipping threshold. Like maybe you couldn't do it on a $49 order. Maybe a $50 or more in free shipping is just not doable. In that case, I would have said, hey, what would it look like if we had $99 free shipping? Amazon has really standardized this process. Free shipping and 2-day shipping, even though that's maybe not as possible, has been standardized by Amazon very, very heavily. So we usually see when people get to this point in the process, if there is shipping added and there's no free shipping threshold and it's not clarified anywhere, we'll see a lot of drop off. So if Magic Spoon is seeing a ton of cart conversion drop off from the add to carts all the way to the initiate checkout, all the way to the placed order, if there's a drop off, it could very well be because there's no free shipping threshold and it wasn't clarified anywhere in the process. So my new total is now not $69, it is $74.99. You know what? I'm happy as a clam. Let's go ahead, let's buy this and let's move on to the next step. Bam, we're getting hit with an upsell here, post-purchase upsell. By the way, huge fan of doing these. Looking at this, and this is probably using Zipify OCU. That's probably the name of the tool that they're using right here. Great, fantastic tool to increase average order value. As far as what they're offering me, I think there could be some improvement here. So if I just bought a strewn, Do I want the magic spoon? Okay, now it's all coming together. This is all like Dr. Seuss up in this place. I'm looking at this. First impression is I may not have distinctly understood the differences between this and the strewn. I mean, I could be very well thinking that these are the exact same thing. I'm gonna go ahead and decline this offer. The way we could probably improve this is by or tailoring it based on what's inside the cart. So if I have a strewn, maybe it upsells into something else. But we're gonna decline and complete the purchase. And here we are on the final page. Thank you for your order. You're welcome, Magic Spoon. What would I give your checkout experience? Probably a 7 out of 10. And here's why. Number one, there's not a whole lot you can, first of all, mess up on the checkout process. Shopify controls this a pretty great deal as far as like the design goes and the options goes. There were some things to me that could be improved a little bit. Number one, I had to pay for shipping. I have this expectation, Amazon said, that makes me think there should at some point be free shipping. I don't know what the threshold is. Maybe it was $149. Maybe I would have been willing to spend $149 in order to achieve that. But either way, that was kind of a letdown. I didn't know, this is kind of just a side note, I didn't know what Pitney Bowls was, so that was a little bit confusing there. But either way, we kind of proceeded. When we got to the post-purchase upsell, yeah, it felt a little weak to me. If I already got a strewn, I could say, hey, I think I just got one of those without realizing that there was a difference between them. A better way to do it would actually be to have multiple options and maybe something higher order value wise. Like I would have rather had more treats or maybe even bought more cereal if there's a little bit of a discount added to it, just because I wanted to get more stuff. And at that point, I've already paid for shipping, right? So it would actually add more to the value of the order right after the fact. So what I would do in that scenario is I would have, if you use a tool like they're using Zipify OCU, one-click upsell, you could have multiple options afterwards. So I could say, hey, we have a small, a medium, and a large, meaning like we could have the magic spoon, we could have the cereal bars discounted 20%, and then we could have another big variety pack that would then give me a small, medium, and large option. And mathematically, you're gonna have a percentage of people that choose the middle and even the large amount, which would really throw a substantially higher average order value. But now that we've placed the order, we're just waiting for the stuff to arrive. Once it arrives, we're gonna go ahead and unbox all this goodness, and we're gonna see what that experience looks like. So our magic spoon delivery has arrived, but before we talk about that and we go into the branding and the packaging and the product experience, I want to invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We release new videos every single week and we don't want you to miss a single one of them. Also, if you have enjoyed this video, while you're down there subscribing, hit the little thumbs up, like button to let us know that you enjoyed it. All right, let's go ahead and unbox our magic spoon. Beautiful. Look at this. This packaging is pretty much in line with the experience that I've had on their website all the way to here. You even kind of come to the end here and it tells a little bit of a story of what it is for grown-ups. And then high protein cereal that doesn't taste like this box. They have a little bit of injection of humor. That's fantastic because everyone who has eaten Rice Krispies, you know what I'm talking about. It tastes like cardboard. So let's go ahead, let's open this up and see what is inside. If I'm looking at this is pretty cool. So I'm gonna try not to dump this all out here. These boxes are clearly not just thrown in here. They're actually placed in here and they're all actually facing the same way. So they definitely have this down to a science as far as the packaging part of this goes. Let's go ahead and see what we're cooking with. We have Fruity. I assume this is the cocoa. There we go, we got some cocoa going on here. And this is, oof, my favorite, peanut butter. I love that. And then these are the treats that we upgraded to. The chocolatey peanut butter treats with some eyes that look disapproving. And then of course we got our free magic strewn. That's pretty cool. Love the packaging on this, well, this says magic spoon. So did I get the strewn or the spoon? I'm not quite sure on that. Love this packaging right out of the gates. This is all kind of lining up with the website experience. There's this big parallel congruency in the experience. Now the one thing that they pride themselves in is It is healthy cereal. So I'm gonna give you Josh's hot take on how healthy is cereal. And we're gonna go ahead and do it on this cocoa one here. So we're kind of looking at total fat, 7 grams. Ooh, that's a lot of fat. It definitely sounds like we're moving the carbs into the fat there. Protein is 13 grams. Okay. If I'm here and you know I'm a health conscious person and I really care about how healthy my cereal is, one of the first things I'm looking at is, do the ingredients line up with what my goals are and what I kind of anticipated here, even if I didn't click down and look at each one of these. But I'm super excited to taste test this for sure. But let's go ahead and move. Let's move to the Magic Spoon treats. This branding is pretty good. There's a very close parallel in all of it. The high protein, yeah, so it's just, they have this tagline that they continue to say. It's very clear that they care about congruency in all the branding elements, from product packaging to the actual box that people are receiving. And when I see this parallel, and I'm gonna go ahead and, I am actually interested in opening this up. When I see this parallel, it reminds me of the parallel of your favorite brands that you follow, the favorite ones that you love to buy their products. You know, you think of Apple, you think of Disney, and how much attention there is to the detail of each element. And you know, a lot of times we don't look past that first purchase. We look for the sale, but we don't think about what's the experience after that will bring them back. Gonna pause just for a hot moment here. This is pretty sweet. I'm not really a milk drinker. I know some people are. I don't know if you'll see me slurping milk out of a bowl with this, but even if this was just a spoon by itself, that's pretty sweet. I even love the rainbow effect that's going on here, because that also lines up with their website and everything else that I see. So really, really cool. Overall, I would say this experience from a product unboxing and getting the product is really fantastic. I think of companies like, yeah, Disney, they go that extra mile. Like they think of every guest at Disney. When you visit Apple Store, they're intentionally not trying to be too salesy to you, because they want to get the best product for you. And so this has felt very similar. So to me, this entire product experience and getting it, I'm giving this a 10 out of 10. This is fantastic. The boxing is all branded. It has that little snippet of humor going on here. All the boxes were intentionally placed, not haphazardly in there. They were all placed the same right side up. They were tucked in tightly. There was not a whole lot of wiggle room. And then even the packaging of each individual product goes together. There's a lot of congruency with that. I really enjoy it. And you know what? I just really like the fact that there's a word search on the back, so that while I'm eating my peanut butter cereal, I can find circus, strength, amusement, fairground, and gymnast. But before I go ahead and I dive in, I want to invite 2 other people to dive in with me. And if you're enjoying this and you're like, hey, I want to know what each of these taste like, because I might want to go buy some Magic Spoon, then this video is getting a little long, so we're not going to do it. And instead, we're releasing another video right by this that you're going to be able to see my brothers, Andrew and Jacob, as we sit down and we try all 6 of these cereals, and we rate them on scales of 1 to 10, and we battle to see which one of these is going to take the lead as the reigning champion from a taste test standpoint. So all in all, Magic Spoon's funnel gets a drum roll 25 out of 30. I loved this experience. This has been fantastic. I'm definitely gonna be a fan of this brand and following them for more inspiration. But at the beginning of this video, I did say, hey, if you wanted to get our website grading scale document totally free, you just had to stick around to the end. Well, guess what? You're here at the end. So if you visit the ecommercealley.com/grading scale, you're gonna be directed to this spreadsheet. What it's gonna do is it's gonna cover some of the biggest issues we see on e-commerce websites, the impact they have on your store, and guess what? How to fix each one of them. And a lot of what I just covered in this video, we talk about and we break down so that you can apply it back to your store. So if your store isn't converting as high as you think it should, or you're looking to increase your average order value, then go ahead and check out this free resource, click the link in the description, or visit the ecommercealley.com/grading scale. Well, this has been fun. We hope to do more videos like this in the future, but if there are a few major e-commerce brands that you'd love us to do a funnel review on, please leave it in the comments. We'd love to hear what brands you look up to, who you follow, and don't forget, check out our Magic Spoon taste testing video. The link for that is also inside the description. And while you're down there, don't forget to subscribe and hit a thumbs up if you want to see more funnel reviews like this in the future. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.